All right, I've got a great question. Came in from LinkedIn. By the way, if you're on LinkedIn, if you're on YouTube, I don't care where you're at. If you've got a question, if you've got a comment, if you even work in the zip code of property management, this is the channel to leave your questions and comments. Why? Because I answer them. My name is Matt Easton. I'm the founder of Leasing University, the #1 training in the world for people in property management. Team, yo, hey, team, put Heart Sox comment up on the board. All right, so this just came in. Team just noticed it. They printed it out for me. Great comment from the powerful Samuel Hartzog. All right, so Samuel writes in, Matt, as a former Marine, I quickly learned the sergeant was the backbone of the Corps. By the way, I'm going to push back on you on that one, Samuel. You're wrong there. You're not a former Marine. Remember, you're a Marine. Once a Marine, always a Marine. Hoorah! Semper Fi. All right, so we got a Marine here. Let's pay him the respect with this awesome comment. Okay, so I quickly learned that the sergeant was the backbone of the corps. These days, I believe the manager is the backbone of any multifamily investment. I totally agree with you there. Some of the industry's biggest players have ended up not only losing millions of dollars due to a bad fit in a manager, some have even sold the asset. I've seen it happen too. I can list some names. Some have even sold the asset not knowing the problem was the manager and not the property. Conversely, a great manager can be the boots on the ground. Hooah! That suggests the money-saving ideas, keeps the resident happy and causes them to want to stay, and basically eliminates a lot of the brain damage suffered by a sponsor or owner. My question would be for you, Matt, and anyone else participating in this post, what are the methods used to locate the best people for the position of property manager? What are the personality types? What type of advertising? Where do we advertise? Which headhunters do you recommend? What are the current occupations that translate well into being a great property manager? What else am I not asking that I should be in order to consistently find those MVP managers? Thank you, Samuel, and thank you for your service, sir. All right, so I'm going to jump into this because this is critical. This is vital. How do we find those great people? I love everything that Hartzog said in that comment, but here's where I think we get it twisted, and I want to offer a different perspective. Samuel, if I want race cars, let's say I want Ferraris, right? And I spend all this money, I buy all these Ferraris, I spend $15 million on cars, and then I run them around a four-wheel drive track. How great are those cars going to be? They're going to be awful. I'm going to break them in half literally the first day. This is kind of a problem that we have. We're focused too much on finding superstars. We're focused on, oh man, I've got to find MVPs, and we're not even looking at ourselves as an industry. You could put the best A players in the game from all over the world into property management, and in many cases, and you named a few there, Samuel, with assets that needed to be sold because of a bad manager, it's that we have a bad culture. I can put great people into a company with a bad culture, and I don't want to use the word totally bad. Oftentimes it's a misculture or it's the wrong culture for what we have, and I'll explain that into a second. But if I put a great person in the wrong culture, it's going to be a wrong fit, right? If I take a Marine and put them into a culture where there's no discipline, no motivation, everybody's running around, not knowing what they're doing. What would we call that? Well, we'd call that the Army, right? Army folks, don't push back on me on this one. It was a joke. That was a Marine Corps joke, all right? So if I take the right person and put them in the wrong fit, wrong culture, wrong type of structure, wrong type of training, I'm still going to get wrong as my output, right? If I take a bad person, put them in a bad culture, well, bad times bad is just more bad. So here's what I think that we need to look at. And there's a reason why our culture, in the most part, is the wrong culture. There's a reason why our systems, our trainings are the wrong systems and trainings. It's because everything in property management is designed around this property management vision that we had back with the baby boomers, right? Back when real estate was just coming about. This whole philosophy of apartments are temporary housing and the American dream is to own your own house, and apartments aren't really working in real estate. You know, you're just a property manager. You're not a real estate professional. All that is complete garbage today, okay? Today's renter has more choices than ever before. They've got more access to information than ever before. And more people are like, I don't even want to own a home, ever. And that is going to increase. Watch me, mark my words. That's going to increase because as the baby boomers tend to retire, and a lot of them, sadly, they're going to die because they're getting older. They're going to leave these homes to their kids. Guess what their kids are going to do? They're going to sell the house because a lot of younger people are like, hey, I want to be mobile. I don't want to be strapped down to a mortgage for 30 years. I want to be able to move around. So property management, like it or not, is the new real estate A game. So you want to find those A players. Start acting like it. Start being like, hey, this is multifamily real estate. This is the hot part of real estate. If you are interested in being a realtor, you need to come and check out what we have to offer. But you also need to have a culture that's going to support that A player. A culture that's going to be able to look at this as, this is like a real estate sale, right? I've got to figure out what is going on in that person's life, right? What's their current situation look like? What does their ideal scene look like? And I'm now going to be a real estate professional and I'm going to work with them. We're simply not training our people to do that. And if you're out there, if you're working at one of these big top 50 management companies, unless I'm working with you or you've somehow miraculously figured this out on your own, you're not doing that. If you don't believe me, go call them. You know the names. I'm not going to mention them right now. One of them on the top 50 list got rid of property managers altogether and they're going with a virtual environment. Check out my YouTube on video on that. See how well that works, right? But if you're not answering the phone and figuring out those deep questions, hey, what's most important to you? Why is that important to you? What do you want to see first? Why do you want to see that first? Really digging in and working with that person on a personal level. It doesn't matter who you recruit. They're going to end up doing the same thing that everybody else in property management is doing. Hey, how can I help you? What's your budget? Hold on, let me check my price and availability. Sorry, I don't have anything in that price range available. See you later, bye, right? You could take the biggest A player and unfortunately our old school training, what a lot of people are still being trained on today, focuses way too much on pre-qualifying and qualifying residents and not enough on a true elite sales process. So I know I didn't answer your question on where do we look. I think if you figure out, okay, well, how do we change the organization internally better? You don't have to look very far, okay? And you asked about personality tests. I'm going to tell you right now, for the most part, they're complete garbage. You give me one person that's like, wow, I want to work in real estate. I want opportunity for my career. That's maybe taken the time to research a little bit about your communities. Hey, Samuel, I noticed you're at 85% right now. It's a 300 unit property. I think that I have the personality, the skill set, and the energy to help help increase that occupancy level. Find those people that are interested in being A players in real estate. I'll train them if you want me to train them, and we will make A player managers. And I'm going to tell you right now, mark my words, I want to be the first one to go on record and say this. The new rock star for the next millennium is in multifamily. It's not in single family homes. So let's increase our energy. Let's change our processes. Let's change our culture to be more customer centric and resident centric. And the right people are gonna come. Ain't that right, Kevin Costner? Field of Dreams. If you build it, they will come. If we build a better multifamily, we change our culture and we go away from we're just order takers checking price and availability and, you know, the real real estate pros are in single family. If we go, hey, the real real estate rock stars, they're in multifamily and we're the best of the best. If you call us, we're going to work with you. We're going to find the best apartment for you. We're going to deeply understand your needs and we're going to train our people to close the deal. I love the question, Samuel. Thank you so much for leaving it. Hope we get some more participation on this feed and I'll see y'all on the next video. The way people rent apartments has changed. Today's renter has access to more information. Today's renter has more choices. The apartment industry needs you. Studies have shown that moving is the most stressful life event. The old sales training, well, it just doesn't work today. I'd like to teach you how to take the stress out of leasing apartments in a way that's meaningful to you and your renters and get you 7 times more leases. I'll show you how the perfect leasing process works. I'm gonna walk you through everything from answering the phone to closing the lease. I'm gonna show you how to determine your prospects' wants and their needs so that you can build value in your apartments. You will learn how to handle any objection or complaint. I'm gonna show you how to connect with your renter so it's easy for them to rent with you. I've taught the best property management companies and thousands of people just like you how to lease apartments. Property management is complicated. I'll simplify it for you. There's more competition than ever before. I'm gonna show you how to be number one. All of a sudden, your career, it's gonna make perfect sense, even if you've never worked in sales or property management before. And for the advanced property manager, I'm gonna show you how to take things to the next level. Leasing University is a new, simple, step-by-step process that's effective. We're gonna help you become a rock star in property management. I'm Matt Easton, and this is Leasing University.